Hey everybody, hope you're having a good day. So when I started using Canva over a year ago, I must admit it was pretty intimidating for me. I was definitely a complete newbie, didn't know where to start, didn't know what to do, but I just knew that was a really good tool to use. So that's what I want to get into today is talk about, the top 5 things I wish I would have known when I first started, because that would have helped me kind of build and create a lot more faster and easier. So that's what I'm getting into today, and let's just get right into it. Number 1, what to design and where to find it. So when I first joined Canva, I think this is one of the biggest challenges I had was I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't know where to find it. And I think I just kind of overcomplicated things. But really, the simple thing is, there's multiple ways to find what you wanted to design. So I knew I wanted to do YouTube videos. There's multiple ways of doing it. You could do it in the search bar here, type in YouTube video. So after I type in YouTube video, it'll take me different templates here. Use templates, you can do a blank video. So that's one way of doing it. The second way of doing it is there's a button here for create a design. You click on that. It gives you all the different main subjects or main things you do within Canva. So within social media or video, let me do video here. You can do Facebook video, Instagram Reels. So video here, the 1080p. This is going to be your YouTube one there. Really, again, I overcomplicated things, but this is how you really just kind of find out the things you can do. I would also say after you figure out what you do want to design is the question of whether you want to use a template or not. So one of the things that did help me out was using a template in the beginning, because that did help me get familiar with the tool here. So once I did have a template open up, I could play around with the text boxes, take things out, move things around. And this really helped me get familiar with the tool here. So that's the first thing. So the second thing is elements and text menu. So this is probably about 90% of the use that I get out of Canva is just going through these two parts here. Within elements, you can pretty much search for anything visuals or graphics. So you look for a box. It'll give you so many different types of boxes, graphics, frames, photos. So many different ideas. And you get really, sometimes you get specific with it too, like a yellow sign. It'll give you yellow signs. So that's a really good tool to use as far as this element here. Also within the elements menu here, this is where you could also generate or use AI image generator to create different pictures. You go in there, put in your prompt, and you'll get pictures back. So I definitely recommend getting used to this elements part right here, just because there's so much information and so many things you can get out of this right here. The second part is the text, because if you do use text, this is where you're going to want to go. You can either add it manually, add a text box, and you go to here. There's also template ones here. Use things like this. Just note, if you do want to alter or change around your text, you just go here or just click on it. So many different fonts that you could use here. It seems like there's 1,000 different fonts that you could use. On top of that, you can change the size around. And then what I really like about the text is also the effects here. So if you have mine's highlighted now, I hit effects. You do things like outline. There's an outline. You do all these different cool little formats within your text here. So yeah, that's one part, or between elements and text. These are the two cool areas to use within Canva. The third part is layers and other views. So let's say that I wanted to have a graphic on top of my text here and just lay it out how you want. If you want to put it in front, hit layer, bring forward, and move it forward. There is also a bigger layer menu here. So you could also do layer, show layers. And this is where you're going to show all the different elements or all the different properties on your project right now. So it's number 5. It's saying that's behind, but you can move it up so it stands out in front. You drag and drop it up to the front. So the higher it is the higher up, or the top position it does have. So if I move back down, you see that number 5 goes behind this text here. The other part I want to talk about are these other views here. There's a scroll function to zoom in and zoom out, just in case you have a bigger project and or a lot of detail. You want to get a kind of like a zoomed out look to it. You do that. On top of these are different pages as well. You zoom in or have the thumbnails showing or not showing, so you can kind of see all the different projects or different pages you have within your project here. So that's nice as well. The fourth thing to know is probably one of the most important things is saving your project here. So let's say I had a project open here. Probably the first thing I want to do is just save the project. And so just give it a name. And that's it. What it's going to do, Canva has the ability to auto save your project, so you don't have to keep on hitting like Control S to save it. It just auto saves, which is a great feature. So make sure that you save your project. It'll auto save in Canva, so make sure you do that when you first open up a project or start a new one, and that you save it so it's able to give it a name. If you don't give it a name, it's still going to save, but still for good practice, have a specific project name here. And then really the last thing that's good to know when you first start off with Canva is how do you export your project to whatever format that you want here. So let's just say that I have this here and I want to export it into like a PDF or some kind of format file. And let me do that right here. Hit share. There's gonna be download. And the thing is, there's gonna be so many different types of formats you can do. Image files, you can do a PDF if you want to. So let's just keep it default to the PNG or the image file right here. And then you can do either the current page you're on right here, or you do all the pages. Let's say I just want to do this current page right here, hit done, download. So that's how you get your project out to like a final finished format. It'll go right to my download folder there. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, these are the top 5 things I wish I would have known when I first got started with Canva. It would have helped me out so much more, but passing on this knowledge to you, and thank you for sticking with me to the end. I'll put some videos on the end screen, and also there's links to the template below. Feel free to drop a comment if you like this, and also if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them as well. Take care. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.